10 BL series that surprised me for being so good. If we are going to compare the time of BL today to a couple of years ago, the expectations of most fans have gone up high due to the continuous improvement of the production. In this video, I will be discussing some of the BL series that surprised me for being so good based on my own expectations. If you also have your own list, feel free to share it on the comment section below. Before that, you might want to sign up to ExpressVPN to browse and watch your favorite BL series and streaming platforms that are geo-blocked in your country. Our official link is on the description below. Without further ado, let's get started. First on our list, I Told Sunset About You. Almost 4 years have passed, but this Thai BL is still hands down one of the most beautiful shows I have ever seen. It has got a story in it, the characters were interesting, the dynamics was there, and so much more. When I first watched it, I didn't expect anything from it, but this series gave so much feelings for me. It raised the standard of Thai BLs to come, and I'm glad that a lot of them followed the path of this series. I'm just a little bit sad because after its sequel, the cast barely had any shows after it since the company which produced the series had already ceased operations. Anyway, even with the age of this drama, it's still one of the most recommendable BL series to watch, especially this Pride Month. Number 2. Sotus. Some of you might raise your eyebrows to me for including this series in this list, but I'm writing this based on my perspective when I first watched it. Sotus is now 8 years old, and compared to most of the BL series listed in this video, this Thai BL might be inferior when it comes to its technicalities. But in 2016, the moment I first saw the show, I was already hooked with its story. Back then there was nothing that could compare to this series, and the main couple's chemistry was top-notch. Sotus pioneered the engineering love stories, and a lot of BL dramas followed suit because of its popularity and effectivity. I must say that Sotus came at a right time, and I think GMMTV got lucky by producing this BL series. Number 3. My School President. If it's only about the element of surprise, My School President really caught me off guard because of how good it is. These elements include the plot and the story, the main characters, and the chemistry of the couples. I already expected that this show would somehow revolve around the music genre, but I didn't think that it would invest in it, that it became a masterpiece. A lot of good songs were produced during this series, and it incorporated well deeply in its plot. The relevance of these songs also made the characters even more relatable and interesting for the whole storyline. Their chemistry skyrocketed because of the romantic scenes, and the playfulness of the characters added a little bit of dimension to their personalities. Number 4. I Feel You Linger in the Air. When it wasn't airing, I was hoping that the series would be good, even though I had some hesitations about it. But it left me speechless just seeing the first episode because it already hooked me to finish the whole show. It's a period drama, so the plot was refreshing, but aside from that, the characters were on point due to their chemistry. Not only they have good looks, but the compatibility of the main couple was evident in every episode, and I was believed with their acting performances. This is actually perfect to watch this Pride Month because of its elements. Number 5. Triage. This Thai BL might be the most unpopular BL series on this list, and I must say that it deserves to be mentioned as one of the best BL series we have. Even though it aired more than 2 years ago, I still remember most of its details, given that the plot was kinda complicated. Being a time loop series, it was easy to mess up in some parts of the story, but I was amazed that this series managed to have a clean and well executed plot. The chemistry of the main and side couples were always there, even though it wasn't the focus of the story. The ending left us the probability of a side story, but let's see if it will happen or not. Number 6. Like in the movies. It's my most favorite Filipino BL series, and because it's Pride Month, I think it's time for some of us to rewatch this masterpiece. The focus of this BL wasn't only about the romance, but also the core of the main characters with regards to their sexualities. The plot was beautifully written and their love story was romantically narrated. The finale had an open ending because of the couple's situation of their relationship, and I'm still hoping that a second season would come someday. Number 7. The Sign. It was definitely one of the surprises we had in the final months of 2023, and we were all hooked with its characters and plot. The action and supernatural genre work wonders in the story, and I didn't expect that this would be this good. I actually thought that the plot would only revolve around Thon having premonitions, but it's actually more than what I anticipated. Aside from the spectacular plot, the chemistry of the couples was also amazingly shown through the use of different styles. Paya and Tan had a more serious relationship while Kem and Tai had a lighter depiction of their love story. Overall, it was definitely a great and unique show that everyone has to watch. Number 8. KinnPorsche. Some of you might be over KinnPorsche already since it's already been 2 years when it aired, but some fans really couldn't move on from the shadows of it because it truly raised the standards when it comes to being unique and bold. KinnPorsche was surrounded by controversies, but the series itself was a big success for both company and the actors themselves. The chemistry of the couples was one of the highlights of the show, and this became their ticket to worldwide popularity. It was kinda missed opportunity for not having a sequel for this series due to how popular it was, but I guess it was also for the best to move on from the controversies. Number 9. My Stand-In. When it wasn't airing yet, I have seen some fans being confused on what the series would be all about, but with 7 episodes already, I think the series has already solidified its great plot. If some BLs listed in this list are more about the romance, My Stand-In is actually more on the individual growth of the characters. Even though Jo and Ming are still somehow connected with each other, I'm more excited on what's to come and consequences of their action after what they did to Jo in his previous body. I'm still amazed by the chemistry they are showing on screen, but for now, I will definitely root for Sol and Jo to end up together. It's only Sunday, but I can't wait for Friday to come to see another episode of this series. Number 10. Only Boo. This is probably the most underrated Thai BL currently because it's not getting the attention it deserves and the popularity like any other BLs in this list. I understand that school BL series are no longer that popular among BL fans because it is somehow repetitive most of the times, but Only Boo is actually a well-written show. Not only its plot, but the characters have different dynamics that make me want to see all of them in a single episode. The romance between Kang and Moo is also executed well because it's definitely written for teenagers characters and not forcibly being mature just to attract the audiences. I just hope that Only Boo would be more popular and for fans to notice that these actors have great potential. Unknown is actually part of this list, but I'm still on episode 4 and I think I will have a lot more to say when I finish it. So far, it definitely surpasses my expectations based on what I have read about, but I'm still in awe whenever a great scene happens. Which BL series surprise you for being so good? Thank you for watching. That's it, and see you on the next one.